Hello, and welcome to another exciting episode of the Global Heart Stream Meditation. I'm your host, Gabriel Gonsalves, broadcasting live on this beautiful, hot, and sunny day here in Granada on this 21st of August, winding down the last few weeks of summer, and I'm definitely starting to feel that. Welcome, everyone who's joining us live today. Welcome, Janet. Welcome, Isabel, Jacqueline, Cindy, Irish, Barbara, over in Namibia. Gande met jou. I remember a little bit of my Afrikaans. I hope you're doing really well. And I also hope that you were able to ride the waves of the past few days of solar magnetic storms. And then also the increased intensity of this powerful supermoon. Please raise your hand if you felt the effect of both the magnetic solar storms and the moon. I certainly did. And I remember actually last Friday when I went to bed at about 10:30 o'clock at night or something like that, I remember suddenly feeling my heart going into AFib and just going like like really, really fast. And because now I'm aware of the effect that the sun's activity has on planetary weather and the magnetosphere, and therefore in my heart, I just kind of became curious. And rather than going into a panic, I just felt into my heart and just breathed into it and just allowed it. And then after a few moments, it was just completely gone. And then I remember the next day, I was looking at the news about the solar activity. Sure enough, all the all the readings were saying that the magnetic storm actually arrived earlier than anticipated, and it was actually starting to enter into the planet around the same time when I was feeling it. So I was like, wow, my heart is really very much in tune, and it's letting me know. So once again, nothing to panic. Okay, this is just part of how our body interacts with the electromagnetic field on the of the earth, which is also interacting. And this is one of the reasons why we have dedicated the past couple of broadcasts to the topic of heart health. And today we're going to continue to talk about that. And the main theme is about using the power that we all have to heal our hearts and rejuvenate our hearts. Let me look at some of the comments that have come in. Um, uh, Micheline says hand pink waving. Everybody's raising their hands. Yeah. Yeah. Very intense, says Janet. Irish raises her hands. Cindy Howard raises four hands. Okay. Good evening from London, Micheline. Yes. Yeah. You've all felt it. Okay. And again, nothing to panic. Okay. These times are times of intense energetic radiation that is being down into the earth. So it's just very important just to be aware of them and do whatever it is that we can to take care of ourselves, stay hydrated, stay grounded, listen to what your body needs and is asking you for in terms of food, in terms of rest, giving your body especially lots of rest, sleeping as much as you need to, because remember that your nervous system needs to adapt to these magnetic changes or shifts, okay? The increased energy that is moving through your body. And when does it do that? Well, it can only really do it when you are asleep, when the body is repairing and nourishing itself and restoring itself. All right. So, what I want to do today, before we go into our guided meditation, is share some of the highlights of the article that I published this week. If you're new to my work, I send out a weekly newsletter, and normally every Tuesday, sometimes on Wednesday, if I don't have enough time on Tuesdays. And it's called The Feeling Heart. In that guided meditation, I shared the link to this week's broadcast, but I also share my latest articles, upcoming events, uh, weekly affirmations, and some other past articles that you might find useful, and any other information to help you live from the heart. And so, this week's newsletter focus on an article that I wrote that is exactly on this topic. And so, if you want to read the article, if you want to become familiar with the article, um, you can read it or you can access it on my website, gabrielgonsalves.com, and then just look at the blog. So let me just share with you some of the highlights. This week's article is called How Aging Affects the Heart, Understanding the Changes Over Time. Okay. It begins with me sharing a little bit of the story of how my father suffered from two um, true strokes. One when I was 8 years old that left him completely paralyzed, or actually half the body paralyzed. And then another one that left him brain dead and in a coma for 6 days before he passed away. And the pain that that caused me. And then also at the same time, I speak about how that really impacted me and made me very much aware of the importance of taking care of myself, taking care of my heart, especially during, especially during times as the ones that we're living in right now, where there's so much information being bombarded at us, where it's easy to lose track of who we really are and forget our essence. Okay, so back to the article. I just want to again share some of the highlights. And so it speaks about how the interest or my motivation for wanting to talk to people about improving heart health, it has to do with my own desire of not wanting to repeat my father's mistakes. My father was really struggled to manage his emotions. He just could not control his anger, especially. So as a result of that, he suffered from high blood pressure. And it was one of the leading causes to the stroke that ultimately killed him. And so I remember telling myself many, many years ago, like, I don't want to be like my dad. I want to really take care of my heart. He also lived a sedentary lifestyle as he got older and moved into his late 60s and 70s. He stopped being as active as he used to be. And so that was also a big, yeah, a big contributor towards his cardiovascular disease that ultimately led to a stroke. All right. So it's important that you understand that as we journey through lives, our bodies undergo numerous transformations, and the heart is no exception. Okay. But now you have to remember that your heart is more than just a pump. It's also consider a hormone producing gland. Yes, your heart is also a gland. It produces hormones. And it's also the largest generator of electromagnetic energy in our bodies. In fact, it generates approximately 5 to 6,000 times more magnetism than your brain. It is also, as stated in many of the spiritual traditions, the center of our love, or think of it as the source of love, compassion, and our connection with the divine. So as we age, just like everything else on this physical dimension, some people call the 3D dimension, right? Our heart ages with us, and it manifests in structural changes and functional changes and neurological changes. Let's just go quickly through some of these. So, as we age, our heart undergoes several structural changes, which include the heart muscles thicken. So, yes, it begins to think to thick and begins to lose its elasticity as a result of the thickening. The valves also within the heart begins also to stiffen, and so they begin to leak basically, and the arteries begins to become stiff, so everything becomes rigid and more stiff as we age. So it begins to lose this sense of elasticity and even strength. At the functional level, over time, it decreases the maximum heart rate. Okay. So your ability to reach that high level of heart rate that we normally reach when we are working out, whenever we're trying to get to like 80% of our heart rate, it begins to decrease. Blood flow efficiency also is reduced. And the risk of arrhythmia and AFib also increases over time. There are also some neurological changes within the heart. The heart rate variability, which is the measure of your heartbeat moment to moment, also begins to decrease. And this has been one of the biggest markers these days to predict longevity and cardiovascular health. The bigger or the greater your heart rate variability curve, right, the healthier your cardiovascular system is. It basically means the easier it is for your heart to adapt to the changes of the stressful world in which we live. Okay, so it's not so much about being and living in peace and in harmony, but it's being able to actually move with life's ups and downs. Okay, and then also as a result of that, these neurological changes, your heart reduces its own sensitivity to adrenaline. Okay, and so this is a hormone that increases heart rate and contractibility. And so if you notice, like adrenaline is what they give people when they have a heart attack to jumpstart the heart. So your heart responds less and less to this hormone. So, what are some of the signs that the heart is now getting old or has aged? Well, some of you may recognize some of these. There's shortness of breath during activities that didn't previously cause breathlessness. So if you find yourself somehow like you would go for a 20-minute walk and you were fine, but then now you're out of breath, okay, that could be a sign. Feeling lightheaded or dizzy when you stand up, especially if you stand up quickly, could be another sign. Swelling in the feet, the ankles, or the legs as well. Those are all symptoms of that your circulatory system is struggling to move the blood throughout your body. And if there's persistent fatigue or weakness, if you experience chest pain or pressure, especially during physical activity. Okay, so these are all important symptoms. And if you or anybody that you know experience this kind of symptoms, it's very important that you go see a healthcare provider, a doctor that can help you, that can run some tests on you so that they can test your heart and also your cardiovascular system's health. Okay, so the important thing is that okay, these symptoms are in a wake up call. They're an invitation for you to start taking better care of your heart, especially if you're somebody who is over 50 years old. Now, the good news is that there is more than enough research that has shown that you can reverse your heart's age up to about 20 years if you exercise regularly, and especially if you're able to bring your cardiovascular system into a situation where you're operating at about 80% of your heart rate's capacity. All right. So in my article, I share the videos where the research is shared. There's the very interesting study that was conducted by Ben Levine's group at the University of Texas, Southwest in Dallas, where they took 50-year-olds who were sedentary but disease free and put them on one of two exercise protocols. And the control group did a low intensity program, while the other group did a high intensity workout program that included vigorous exercise. And after 2 years, the structural changes in the hearts of the high intensity group reverted back almost 20 years. All right. Now, this is insane. So think about what happens like right now if you're, let's say you're 50 or like you're 55, like I am, right? If you begin to right now to exercise consistently, raise your heart rate to the point where you break a sweat and you're really pushing yourself. Of course, you're not doing this every day. You're doing this at least twice a week. All right. If you do this, and you take care of your heart. You provide your heart with the necessary rest and replenishment and the nutrients and manage your emotions and all of that. Within a 2-year time frame, you can have the heart that you had when you were 30 years old. Ain't that amazing? Ain't that hopeful? Okay, so what are some of the lifestyle changes that you would need to then make in order to really nurture and heal your heart? Well, as I just mentioned, exercising. Okay, this is very important. It's also important diet and nutrition. We spoke about this at greater length last week. Okay, that you provide your heart with all the nutrients that it needs. Okay, foods that are rich, that are nutrient rich, fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, eating healthy fats, avoiding as much as you can sugar and highly processed food, reducing the amount of salt that you take, for example. And then obviously approaching every meal with a tremendous amount of gratitude. There's something really powerful and beneficial that happens when you bless your meal. Okay. It aligns you with the energetic vibration of the food and vice versa. So it makes the food more digestible. Equally important is that you give your body plenty of rest, plenty of sleep. And as I was speaking about, with regards to the magnetic solar storms that we experienced over the past few days, if you felt initially tired and drained, those were signs from your own body letting you know, okay, I need to adjust to the the increased energy that I'm feeling right now. So rest, okay? Do whatever it is that you need to just to slow down and give your nervous system time to recover. Equally important is avoiding smoking and the consumption of alcohol. Okay, alcohol, among other things, is a diuretic and it's a depressive of the emotional system. So you want to, yeah, minimize the amount of alcohol that you take. Equally important is that you mind your emotional heart health. Okay. For example, the impact of repressed emotions and emotional trauma will have an effect, especially later on in life. There's more than enough scientific research that has linked emotional trauma, especially childhood abuse and neglect, with higher risk of heart disease later in life. Okay. And a lot of it has to do with the coping mechanisms that many of us use in order to avoid dealing with these uncomfortable emotions, such as smoking, overeating, sex, pornography, etc. All right. Equally as important is that you cultivate emotional resilience. This is one of the things that we do here together every week by coming into the heart and not only meditating on our hearts, but also strengthening the heart through the use of heart focused breathing. Nurturing loving relationships, ensuring that you're surrounded by a group of people that love, honor, and appreciate you. And then, just as important, as I was saying earlier, is the time that you dedicate to connecting and attuning and even aligning your heart to the spiritual heart of divinity. Okay. We can do this through meditation, through prayer, practicing mindfulness. And if you're not aware, I have a wonderful guided meditation, part of my 21 Heart Center meditation experience that I created over the, the winter break, the Christmas holiday last year. And one of those guided meditations is called Optimum Heart Health. So I highly recommend, if you have not done that guided meditation, that you do it. Okay. It will help you strengthen your heart. It will help you correct your heart rhythm. It will help you also reduce stress and feel more connected. So, the essence of this article can be summed up in what today's guided meditation ultimately is going to be about. You have the power to heal yourself. You have the power to heal and rejuvenate your heart. That power lies within you. And it starts with setting the intention to prioritize your heart health by creating a plan of action that supports this intention, that supports this goal. So today, what I like to do then is to invite you to, together with me, to set a very powerful intention together to heal and rejuvenate your heart. So, with this as an intro to today's meditation, let's go ahead and move into our meditative experience. So, the invitation now is to move away from channel one, the channel of information and concepts and ideas, into the experiential by now moving into the heart. So, please bring one or both hands to the heart and gently close your eyes. As you begin to prepare for this heart centered meditative experience, take a moment to check in with yourself. Feel into the body and ask yourself, how am I feeling right now, this moment? And then just observe. Notice your current emotional set point or vibration. Deeply welcoming and allowing that emotion, that feeling, as you now begin to breathe into your heart, the energetic center of your being, your soul's temple, your connecting point to the heart of divinity. Breathing nice and slow, breathing nice and deep, and breathing nice and evenly. Allowing life to take care of itself for the next few moments. Feeling the heartbeat in the middle of your chest. Feeling the ripple effect of that heartbeat as the blood flows through your body. We let life take care of itself. There was nowhere to go, nothing to do. Just being here now, present. Welcoming this moment and this moment and this breath and this heartbeat, as we welcome the timeless reality of the here and now, which is the only place where God is. And as you breathe in and out, secretly and silently say to yourself, where I am, God is. Where God is, I am. Feel the unity of your heartbeat with the heartbeat of God, the heartbeat of the cosmos, the heartbeat of life itself, where there's only one life, one power, one presence that governs the entire universe. That life is God, that life is here, that life is now, and that life is in you, expressing itself through you. That life is you. Take a moment now to feel gratitude and appreciation for the life that powers your heartbeat, is creating your life moment to moment. Feel gratitude for this precious heart of yours that beats 100,000 times a day. And it has been doing so ever since the moment your heart began to beat when you were only about 21 days old. It hasn't stopped. It is the one true witness of your life. It is the one presence that came with you and will leave with you at the last moment. People will come in and out of your life, but what will be constant will be the infinite presence that powers your heartbeat. That is the silent witness of your struggles. That is the silent witness of your joys and successes. Feel gratitude for the presence of God within you, flowing through your heartbeat. Feel gratitude also for the presence of those special friends, family members, people that you love. You know who they are. That you can count on, that you know love you, honor you, appreciate you. Feel gratitude. And that feeling of gratitude, open your heart. Taking a deep inhale into the heart. And allowing the heart to open even more so. And as your heart begins to open even more and more and more, imagine that your heart now is like a golden sun that is radiating its love, its light, its warmth in every direction. Let it glow, let it flow. Let its radiance now expand through all the other organs in your body, bringing harmony, coherence, and union to all the organs, the systems, to every cell within you. Let's set the intention now together to heal and rejuvenate our hearts. Please repeat after me. Say I and then your name. Now set the intention to heal and rejuvenate my heart. I have the power to heal my heart. I have the power to heal myself. I have the power to rejuvenate my heart. I have the power to reinvent myself. I am the creator of my life story. I am the creator of my success. I let go of what no longer serves me. And I welcome optimum heart health. Breathe into that heart. Let the energy of divine love now flow into your heart for the next few moments as I speak the following prayer on your behalf. Dear God, our Heavenly Father and Divine Mother, thank you for the gift of this life. Thank you for every person who's here today. In the name of your Son, Jesus the Christ, I call forth the light of love and healing that emanates directly from your heart to shine in all the places within our hearts that need healing. I call forth the divine blueprint of the Sacred Heart of Christ and the Sacred Heart of Mother Mary now to be superimposed over every heart here today and restored each heart to the divine blueprint of our soul. May each heart today be made new in the name of Christ. May each heart here today be rejuvenated in the name of divine love. I thank you. Declare it done. All this according to thy will, for the glory of thy name. I am radiant heart health. Say that. Repeat it. I am radiant heart health. Each time you say I am, you're saying in essence, God in me is radiant heart health. The divine in me is radiant heart health. I am radiant heart health. I am radiant heart health. Divine love heals my heart. Divine love rejuvenates my circulatory system. Divine love restores me to perfection. That is now my reality and is the reality now of every person here today. This is the reality of Nikki, of Geraldine, of Nelia, of Lila, of Amanda, of Mary, Irish, Janet, Isabel, Micheline, Cindy, and everyone else who's here today, and Barbara, of course, out in Namibia. Feel it. Welcome this new reality. And as you continue to breathe into your heart and feel gratitude for this reality, take a moment to create a mental image in your mind of the kind of things that you would do with a radiant, youthful heart. See yourself doing all those things that up until now you believe you couldn't do, that seem unreachable. See yourself doing all those things. And as you create these mental pictures, say to yourself, this is now my new reality. Thank you, God. This is now my new reality. Thank you, God. This is now my new reality. Thank you, God. I have the power to heal myself. You have the power to heal yourself. Together, we have the power to heal the world. See, feel, and imagine now this heart stream of love and compassion now flowing from your heart as it radiates out to a world that so desperately needs it. Letting compassion flow from your heart to all those areas in the world where there is pain and suffering, where there is starvation, where people live in bondage and fear. Allow this heart stream of unconditional love flow out into a world. Letting love be love that flows from your heart to places where it's most needed. Letting love open your heart even more. Bringing healing and rejuvenating energies as it passes through you. You have the power to heal yourself. You have the power to heal your heart. You have the power to rejuvenate your heart. You have the power to reinvent yourself. You have the power because that is your God-given right. Nothing and no one can take that away. As we bring this meditation and prayer to a close, take a moment to feel gratitude and appreciation for the healing that you have received, for the inspiration and the wisdom that have come through. Gently opening the eyes, checking in with yourself, noticing how you're feeling right now. And if you would like to, feel free to share that in the comment section below. I always enjoy reading your comments. I don't always have the time to respond to them, but I do my best to read as many as I can. They matter a lot to me, so thank you so much. As it matters to me, obviously, also that you're here with me today, helping me co-create this expanded field of unconditional love, not only in service of ourselves and our family, but also in service of humanity. So my sincere hope is that today's little conversation around the power that you have to heal your heart, to rejuvenate your heart, and what is actually required in order to do that, has provided some inspiration for you, and will also lead you to take some kind of a action that will help you move. I want you to think about it this way. If you desire heart health, it's not just about going to the gym. It's not just about eating the right foods. It's not just about saying the right prayer or the right affirmation. It's all about cultivating the right conditions that will naturally lead to heart health. Okay, so look at it as you have a physical heart, you have an emotional heart, you have an energetic heart, and you also have a spiritual heart. So to Caesar, what is Caesar? To the physical heart, you provide it what it needs. To the emotional heart, you give it to what it needs. To the energetic heart, you do what you can to ease the excess electromagnetic charge and to keep its energy working at optimum level. And to the spiritual heart, you give it times like these where you connect and align with it and infuse the energy of the eternal heart into your own heart, so that your heart is being now powered or run by a higher source of energy. All right, so look at some of the comments that came from you. Mary shares from someone who has been reinventing herself and her health. Thank you, Gabriel, for the role that you've played in my healing journey. Sending lots of love. It's been my pleasure, Mary. Amanda says, thank you. Amanda, I didn't get a chance to mention your name, I think. Irish says, this was very inspiring and beautiful. Thank you so much, Gabs. I look forward to this every week. And again, tonight I will replay. Wonderful. Thank you, Irish. Geraldine says, thank you, as this is my year of transition and transformation. Yes, for many of us, it is. Jacqueline says, I am a collaborator of love in the world. We connect like stars to blankets the world with peace. Ah, that's a beautiful metaphor. Okay, yes. Micheline says, very energizing and inspiring session, guys. I'm glad you think so, or glad you felt so. Cindy says, thank you, Gabs. I really needed this. I'm going to do this every morning and night for at least the next week. And Lila says, thank you so much, Gabs. All right, beautiful. Thank you so much for your comments. And once again, thank you for being here with me today. So if you feel called to want to look at the article, okay, go to my website, go to the blog section where the articles are, and that will be the last article that was published here this week. Okay. And if you haven't subscribed yet to my weekly newsletter, The Feeling Heart, expertise, you can also do that by visiting my website. All right, that's it for today. I hope you've gotten a lot of value from today's chat and meditation experience, and that you have a fantastic rest of the week. Until the next time, I send you all of my love from my heart to yours. Bye-bye for now. Hasta la vista, baby.